The Ricoh Stadium in the Midlands is once again home to the Champion of Champions tournament. 16 of the world's very best players, all of whom have qualified through success in ranking events. World champions from the men's and women's game, senior champions, tour title holders and the defending champion are amongst the lineup. The field of 16 is divided into 4 groups. Each group features a first round match, which is the best of 7 frames. The winners of each then meet in what is, in effect, a quarter-final, progressing through to the semis before a final played over the best of 19 frames. We focus on Group 4, which features Shaun Murphy, Rhian Evans, Neil Robertson and Martin Gould. Gould to play Robertson in our opening match. Robertson, with a staggering 16 ranking titles to his name, is currently 4th in the world. Gould is facing a tough proposition, ranked 51st, but the format is short, the best of 7 frames. Commentary for this opening match comes from Alan McManus and David Hendon.
So 16 players who have won various titles around the world over the last 12 months are gathered under the same roof here in Coventry, but only one can be crowned Champion of Champions. And Neil Robertson is one of only 4 players to have won this tournament since it was first staged in 2013. Martin Gould making his 3rd appearance in the event. Best of 7 to play either Shaun Murphy or Rhian Evans in the quarterfinals this evening. Neil Robertson to get us underway.
Neil Robertson to break.
Well, there's a really good crowd in, a lot of anticipation on day 1 of this real high-class tournament. Neil Robertson's going to start favourite, but Martin Gould, very dangerous player. Although he has fallen to 51st in the world rankings from a high of 11, so his form hasn't been great as of yet. Let's see if he can get himself going here this afternoon. Pretty good start.
1.
He seems, Alan, he's sort of almost become a bit part-time. He doesn't enter everything, does he? And that's obviously why, I guess, he's slipped down the list a bit.
Yeah, didn't play in the World Open that finished just last week. But, I've got a theory about Martin Gould that he's one of the players. It's difficult to say that any player suits a short format, but I think he's one of them. You know, we know about his record in the Championship League. Won that again.
4.
To get himself the spot here in Coventry. And a fast start. That's 3 excellent shots to get himself going. Nice little angle now in green or brown and yellow. And just evidence there that how quick this bed is. A little raise of the eyebrows from Martin. I mentioned the studio about the winter swing. That's the beauty of it. I think conditions just lend themselves to a fast bed, the bed of the table. We'll keep an eye on that in the early stages.
Well, meanwhile, our referee Desislava Boshilova's got to deal with an uninvited visitor. Some referees are more humane than others in this scenario.
Martin Gould, 5.
Well, the only good news for Gould there, he didn't get on a red. Neil Robertson had a really great season last year, winning 3 ranking titles and getting to 3 other finals. This season it's not been quite so successful, purely because he's had trouble actually getting to tournaments. He couldn't get to Riga because the plane he was scheduled to fly on didn't take off. Couldn't get there in time for his match, and then of course the World Open, he went to the wrong Barnsley. Didn't go to Barnsley in Yorkshire, he went to Barnsley in Gloucestershire. By the time he realised it was too late. Thankfully he set the right sat-nav for Coventry today. Well, that has opened everything up. And one thing, Alan, that links these two, they're both fantastic long protters, aren't they?
Yeah, and just with that safety shot there again, this is going to be a feature. Safety shots are going to be quite easy on this bed. It's so quick. It'll be easy to find that baulk cushion. As David's rightly said, there's going to be a premium on that with the class of the long game both have. Looking in behind Brown here, half ball. Yeah, that's a good shot, isn't it? You see, when it's a fast bed, you can play that shot and catch it half ball and know that the cue ball is going to make the journey.
Yeah, it's a 6-1 on the head-to-head to Robertson, but he certainly will not take Martin Gould for granted. First time they played was at the World Championship 2010. Gould led 11-5 overnight in the second round. Robertson packed his bags, was getting ready to go home, but of course it all turned around in the last session. He won 13-12 and he went on to win the World Championship. So he's got fond memories of playing Gould, but he also will be well aware of how dangerous he can be.
Yeah, the first half chance then. The Australian, the Brown helps this shot.
One.
Yeah, got an early chance to see the cue power. Neil Robertson, deep screw off this Brown. So important, this type of shot, if you can get on a red when these pockets are maybe a little bigger than standard. So when they get in close, you expect them to score heavily. There's the cue powers we're talking about. Well played.
Well, heavy scoring is certainly his thing, isn't it? 84 centuries last season, more than anyone else. Of course, the only player to have made more than 100 in a single campaign as well.
Six.
He won this title 4 years ago, 2015. He's also been twice a semi-finalist.
Twelve.
Yeah,
13.
I mentioned he couldn't get to Riga or the World Open qualifiers. In Shanghai, he had another calamity. A chunk of his tip came off and effectively wrecked his chances in that match. And then in Guangzhou, China Championship, he had to pull out at the interval because he was feeling unwell. So it's not been the happiest of seasons so far. But there's a lot of snooker, of course,
19.
still to be played, and the players now back in the UK for the winter swing, as Alan coined it.
20. 26. $27.
Yeah, not quite fully into his stride because of the...
33.
Yeah, I want to be so careful and precise every time he plays on this pink. The reds covering one another just a
34.
tad. No, that'll make him feel good. There was not a lot of margin for error.
40.
That little positional shot, that was a nice shot. It just gives you that nice feeling going forward.
$41.
Yeah, he's going to have to put some work on the cue ball, the natural angle. An awful lot of use to him. Putting work on the cue ball makes the pot more difficult. Probably playing a deep screw on and off the black cushion. Now deciding to spin it 2 cushions. Good shot. Very good. Calculated risk. And there's 2 or 3 ways that could have went right, and that is
47.
absolutely perfect. So 42 in front should win the frame.
48.
Yeah, Gould had that
54.
early chance, but Robertson has hit his stride immediately here.
55.
Needs the pink and 1 more red, and he should be a frame to the good.
$61.
As I say, Gould had that initial chance, missed that brown that he was slightly awkward on. I think the pace of the table had caught him out initially. And Robertson, from his first chance, has made a frame-winning break. Well, he's missed the pink, so I think Gould will come back here.
Neil Robertson,
Needs
62.
a couple of snookers. But a solid 62 nonetheless from the Melbourne man. He'll be annoyed, though, that I guess that he's allowed Gould to have a bit of table time here.
With the frame gone, Gould did indeed get some table time, but couldn't change the result, so the first frame went to Robertson. More to come after the break. Welcome back to Coventry and the opening exchanges in the 2019 Champion of Champions tournament. It's Group 4 action featuring Martin Gould and Neil Robertson. Robertson took the opening frame in this race to 4. The score is level in this, the second frame. Commentary from Alan McManus and David Hendon.
Not easy for Neil to cover the right-hand red off this shot. That would be Martin's out ball. as far as a safety shot goes. Don't think he can take the pot on. Not the one to the right corner anyway. Perhaps the one to the left. He's just thinking about it. Looks like he's shaping up to take this on. Only Redican leaves the one he's playing.
Here's the pot success so far, obviously substantially favouring Robertson. But safety is very important as well in a match between two great long potters, two players who are really adept at getting in with a long pot, as we saw from Gould earlier on. So they're both wary of the other, I think, in that regard. I think everyone regards Martin Gould as better than 51st in the world rankings. He's been in the top 16, he's won a ranking event, he's just been on a bit of a bad run.
Yeah, short this time, so hand on the bed. Type of shot Neil thrives on normally.
Yeah, as you say, it makes such a difference. The last shot that Gould played, giving him the chance to get his hand on the table. We already know he's playing well, Robertson, from the way he started the match. Nice little shot to just fan the Reds open and set about trying to make it 2-0.
9.
He is the most successful ever non-British player, 16 world ranking titles to his name. He's been world number 1. He's won the so-called Triple Crown, the World UK Masters. I think he's a lot of people's favourite at the World Championship last season. He played beautifully for 2 rounds and then in the quarterfinals came up against a very dogged John Higgins.
Yeah, he can actually play for pink and black this time,
15.
which he's done. It's whichever one he fancies. No real problem. The thing with taking the pink, it's probably going to be tied up again because it's going to go. It's going to go in the face of one of those reds. So black it is. Yeah, pink doesn't go to right corner.
22. 23. 30. 31. 38.
Just a bit of work to do now. Put the frame away. As I said before, pink won't go right corner. Just off straight though, so you can just push this through top side. Well played.
39.
And back in prime position this time. 39, blue 44. 2 more reds. And this is the red that
44.
Martin Gould missed, wasn't it, earlier in this frame? All right, this is a wee bit easier.
45.
Yeah, he looks in great nick, doesn't he, Robertson? Just really focusing hard, cueing nicely. And he knows that this red should put him 2-0 up.
50.
Martin
51.
Gould just caught his safety a little bit thick. Cue ball didn't run to the cushion. Robertson was able to get his hand on the table, thumped in a long red, and he's done the damage.
$58.
4 snookers needed.
$66.
Well, he loves a century, Robertson, but it'll have to be something special to make one here. That was pretty special. Perfect.
67.
So every chance to now make that century. Just about enough on. Oh, he's missed the black after all
Neil
that.
Robertson, 67.
Black off the
and
spot.
frame.
But 67 to follow the 62. He's annoyed. He wanted the century. But the most important thing is he's already halfway to victory. He's leading Martin Gould here in Coventry by 2 frames to 0.
Neil Robertson making a strong opening statement in this Group 4 match in the 2019 Champion of Champions tournament. He's taken the opening 2 frames in this best-of-7 match.
7.
This is now the 3rd. Robertson already on the board. Commentary from Alan McManus and David Hendon.
Well, he knows he's got to try and put something together, but there may be a slight issue with a lack of sharpness for Gould. Just 3 victories all season. He's only won 3 matches. Hasn't played since the English Open a couple of weeks ago, where he lost in the first round. And also, of course, he's got the knowledge that if he breaks down, Neil Robertson is coming back to the table
14.
already playing well himself. So pressure on him here in this visit.
$15.
Just small things like that. When you're not in form, he's just about
22.
5 or 6 inches short of pace there. He's going to play a little cannon. A chance that it could go wrong. He should get on the pink. Yeah. See, when you're out of
Martin
stroke,
Gould,
you're out of
22.
nick, and everything just seems difficult, doesn't it? You take your eye off the pot, and you give your opponent a decent chance. Yeah, suffering.
Well, it's a big let-off, really. We just saw Gould really disappointed in his seat, fearing the worst, but Robertson has not taken advantage.
$1.
So another good chance. Robertson will be annoyed for sure. Last time they played in this event, it was 6 years ago. It went to a decider. Robertson won 4-3, but it's a bit of a battle.
Seven. 8. Fourteen. 15. 22.
Yeah, once again, just lost the cue ball ever so slightly. Both reds missable. Good thing. Nothing to do with the cue ball here. Key shot this. No. Oh, how did that go in?
23.
No wonder he's having a good look. You can't believe that's gone in. I know one thing, it won't go in on Thursday.
He's a bit mystified, but at the same time, just take it. You've been looking for something today.
30. 31.
They need another red after the black.
$38.
Yeah, frame ball then, and there's pressure on this. It's been a bit of a struggle. Just don't get too ambitious. Stun it in. Yeah, he's playing it the correct way as well. No, a little bit of shoulder movement, wasn't there, on delivery?
Yeah,
Martin, good.
he hasn't gone into sort of
38.
normal flow today, has he? Even the break he was making, you know, he was sort of rubbing the table, patting things down, didn't look comfortable. In the end, he has missed frame ball, he's shaking his head. 39 in it, 43 on.
One.
And that's what the top players will do. You leave them a half chance, which that was at best. And we've got a new favourite for the frame. Anything higher value than green would do. So brown's fine. Not all that important that he plays for blue here. I want to play for the brown, but just get one more good shot to play. Just land low on it.
He keeps looking at that scoreboard, just making sure he worked it out properly. You can see him doing the maths in his head. Yeah, plots the red, he's 30 behind, so as Alan says, brown or above will do.
9.
Well, he doesn't like the angle he's
30.
left himself on this yellow. So Gould preparing himself for potentially coming back to the table. Still thinking though about that frame ball ready missed.
Yeah, I think the way to go here is round the back of the black. Because going that way, then you can't cannon blue or brown on the way back up. That's the way I'd be going. Let's see then. Yeah, that's the shot to play. See, you play it that way, you can't cannon blue or brown. He's actually a bit unfortunate
15.
where he's left it. He's going to need another one.
Well, we know his journeys this season have been unconventional in every sense.
Yeah, this time it's more difficult. You spin round the back of the pink off 2 cushions, then the left middle's in play. No, that'll do. Alright, he's not nice on it, but he's got it to right middle.
18. Point 2.
Well, if he does pot these 3, then this is going to hurt Gould much more than the first 2, because Gould had 2 great chances in this frame, including a go at frame ball red to that green pocket.
.7.
Yeah, tricky this pink. Bit blind. Good thing about playing it though, the way he's going to be playing it with kind of screw off 2 cushions, it kind of helps the pot. Yeah, well played. Just lost the cue ball. He's just
33.
on it. He's okay.
Not been the most straightforward clearance this, has it? But he needs the black to win a huge frame to lead 3-0. Terrific. Had such a good dish in the end from Neil Robertson. Martin Gould, though, will be so frustrated. That was his best chance to win a frame. And Robertson is now just 1 away from a place in the quarterfinals this evening. He's leading Martin Gould here at the Rico in Coventry by 3 frames to 0.
Welcome back to the Champion of Champions tournament. Robertson against Gould in a Group 4 match. Robertson has taken the opening 3 frames, needing just 1 more for the win. But it's Gould at the table in a frame he must win to stay in the match. Commentary from Alan McManus and David Hendon.
.14.
Just doesn't look all that positive, does he, Martin? A bit of a hangdog look every time he just runs out of position at that. He's still fine here, but body language counts for quite a lot in
15.
this game. He just doesn't look all that confident. The only one good thing about this situation is that mentally, probably 2 or 3 minutes ago, I'd have think the match is almost gone, so he's in the last chance saloon. Perhaps might just
.20.
let the arm go a bit more and just play. Just play
21.
and just, you know, see where it takes him. Oh dear. Oh dear, dear, dear. That's gone wrong again.
28.
Yeah, they're just all covering each other, and Gould is pig sick at that. Said earlier he's inscrutable. Well, not quite so much there. You could see exactly what he was feeling. Well, it's a massive shot if he's going to play this plant. They're miles apart, these reds. Played it, I guess, with a degree of safety in mind in terms of he knew he'd have the pink. But he didn't get close to the pot, and there you can see, after having a great chance there and where the balls were, that was a great scoring chance. He will be so disappointed. It's just not happening for him today.
This is a great chance in behind yellow and brown. This is a good chance to put pressure on Martin. Yeah, not ideal. But once again, the way Martin's feeling, is he going to be tempted to the long red? I wouldn't think so. Much too risky. Trouble is, though, we mentioned again, Neil Robertson's long game. Martin plays this safety, the red by the black, then he's bound to leave Neil a half chance. And here is the half chance.
Yeah, again, he's confused this didn't go in. Wow, he says. Maybe he's thinking of that red Gould potted into that pocket earlier on, which shouldn't really have gone, but did.
1.
So another chance for the pinner potter. Let's see if he can take this one, get himself on that schoolboard, just get a frame under his belt, and then try and build from there.
Yes, even there he's about 18 inches, 2 feet short of pace. Just
6.
every time he's had a chance, and he's had a few of them this afternoon, he just isn't able to get any confidence going.
7.
Yeah, I think the shot here is playing behind the two reds. You get the absolute optimum angle to do that. Be unlucky not to be on one of them, and played it nicely.
Problem is, you can just see in his body language, he's sort of looking
14.
for things to go wrong, isn't he? And if you look long enough, you'd be sure to find something. A lot of head shaking going on. I don't think anyone was sure whether that would drop or not. It has done though. But this is a bit of a high wire act at the moment.
$21.
Oh, he's fluked one. It was horrible cueing over the yellow and brown.
22.
Take anything right now, though. This again, didn't get too close, but then it knocks the other red in the middle. That's quite an unusual fluke, really.
Feels duty bound after that fluke, almost to go for this blue. Keep it going. 11 in front then. Yeah, well played, good shot. Perhaps on the red to right middle. You just don't fancy him. You just, the way the match has gone, you just feel like something's going to go wrong somewhere along the line. And a bit betwixt and between. Playing the red to right middle is difficult because he's going to believe in the cue ball in the middle of the table. Expect to probably leave it on should he miss it. That's why he's not, doesn't really fancy it. Yeah, playing it in the corner. Or is he? No, he's playing it in the middle. But as I say, this is risky. Bound to leave this.
Mighty good, 27.
Unfortunate again.
Robertson judged the pace nicely there. So 16 points in this frame. Gould in front, but of course Robertson looking for one more chance to win the match. Well, his only hope there was going in behind the black, but as you can see, he hasn't done that. We'll see whether that's his last shot or not.
One.
Yeah, that little ball can in the green will do nicely. Key shot then. Just the wrong side of straight again. Going to have to force the cue ball out, but this is the shot then.
5.
Shouldn't be a problem getting out on it, but just gone a wee bit awkward.
Seven.
Just cued that so sweetly. Really did. What a chance now then to wrap this up. It's true that Martin Gould has struggled, that's been self-evident, but overall Robertson I think will be very happy with how he's played.
$19.
Just the pink needed for a whitewash. And a bit of a day to forget for that man. And in it goes. So Neil Robertson is the first man into the quarterfinals of the Champion of Champions. He's the winner by 4 frames to 0.
A comfortable win for Neil Robertson, who moves into what is in effect the quarterfinals and will now face either Shaun Murphy or Rhian Evans, who play next time in the 2019 ManBet X Champion of Champions.